What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Stock Holiday, right back at you again with the latest and the greatest in these cryptocurrency markets. Do me a quick favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button now. Let's get into it. Cryptocurrency is falling. Bitcoin is falling. I don't think a lot of people are surprised about it, but it is always shocking when you see it in real time. A lot of people were saying that Bitcoin was going to go down to 70K, 60K. Folks even talked about $50,000 Bitcoin. But when you see it happen in real time, when you see crypto fall like it is falling in real time, it is nerve-wracking. Emotions, what are they doing? All over the place. So we're going to talk about some of the things. I'm going to talk about two of the scenarios that I could kind of see happening and playing out in this particular year, this particular space, but things are all over the place. Take a look at Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin is $77,000. We down $20,000 from just a few weeks ago. Middle of January, we were $97,000. That's $20,000 wiped out of Bitcoin just that quick. We always talk about how powerful Bitcoin is to the upside and the downside. Well, now what are we seeing? We're seeing the power of cryptocurrency as it slides to the downside. Bitcoin dominance still strong. We've been talking about this for months. The Bitcoin dominance strength is not relinquishing. We're at 59.24%. One thing that I am noticing is the fear and greed index is not getting rattled too much. You would think right now the fear and greed index would be extreme fear, but it's not. It's at 26. Ethereum, $2,390. Ethereum dominance, 10.94%. So a couple of the main things that are blaring out at me right now as I just sit back and take a look at the happenings in the cryptocurrency market is what happened in 2025 during Liberation Day, almost a year to the dates. We saw the talks about tariffs. The market didn't like that. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin dipped down to $74,000, $75,000. What did folks do? Folks started to panic. They said, oh, hell, it is over. It is going to get worse than this. It's going to go down further than $74,000, $75,000. People started to panic sell. Nobody ever thought about, okay, maybe this is the bottom. Maybe we'll start to see a recovery, because you still have to understand that there is market manipulation that is rampant, terrorizing very strong in the cryptocurrency market, not just in cryptocurrency. We've seen what has most recently happened with silver and gold. That is part of market manipulation also. So with Bitcoin last year, 2025, we did see Bitcoin get down to $75,000, $74,000. These levels right here that we're seeing, is this the floor? Is this our new floor at 74, 75K? We saw that the $80,000 support was broken. Now we're wondering, will the $74,000, $75,000 bottom be broken from what we saw in 2025? After that bottom hit in 2025, the market started to recover. It didn't happen overnight, but it was a process over a period of time that we saw recovery. A lot of us was buying those dips. I remember vividly buying Ethereum $1,600. That was one of my largest purchases. So you take a look at what we're going through right now. People are having to make a decision. Am I going to look at this as its opportunity? Something that I could be taking advantage of, buying these dips? We looking at XRP, $1.50. I know this morning I was buying Solana at $101. Will it go lower than that? It might, but $100, $101 Solana, I'm signing up for that. So will it go lower than that? Who knows? So these are some of the things that we are faced up against. These are some of the decisions that we're having to make at this pivotal point in the market. I'm hoping that we can see a little bit of a recovery. Buying Solana at $101. What if it get back to 120? Then those would be excellent profits. Maybe time for me to take profits or something like that on that $100 purchase. But it's all about the what if. Nobody really knows exactly what is going to happen. But $1.50 XRP, wow. Wow. So I even saw Chainlink below $10. These were some of the things that I was DCAing in this morning. Could it get below where it is right now? Yes, it can. But could it shoot up and skyrocket also? We know it can too. Market manipulation, scare tactics, buy low, sell high is what they have been doing for the past couple of years. They are not holding for a long time. Running these things down, having everybody panic, they buying your panic. Then what's going to happen when the market starts to recover after they buy your panic? The market's going to come back up. What are you going to do? What are the retail investors going to do? FOMO back into the market. They're going to say, oh, well, I guess we're going to get ready to go back up. Now I got the fear of missing out. Let me go ahead and buy it back in. Even though I sold low, let me go ahead and buy back in at a higher price than I sold at. You have to be careful how it is that you're moving around. So 75K, is that the floor that we will be seeing? Or is this the end of the bear market? Is this the end of the bear market? Because we know 2025, altcoins look like a doggone bear market. If it looked like a bear, walk like a bear, it's a bear. So 2025, we saw altcoins get destroyed down 70, 80%. So is this the end of the bear market? If it is, those of us who were dollar cost averaging in today will be rewarded, but this market is all over the place. It is hard to declare and state anything at this particular point in time. So helmets are required. Seatbelts are required. You just have to hold tight if that's your position. But some folks are selling, some folks are still on the sideline. I get it. Some people sold at $108,000 Bitcoin. Shouts out to them, because we're down $20,000 from where we were just a couple of weeks ago. Very volatile market that we're in. So you also take a look back last year, the cryptocurrency market cap. The global market cap was $4.2 trillion. Now we're back at $2.61 trillion market cap. I'm talking about liquidity is and was sucked right out of the market. So you want to take a look at and talk about cycles. We talk about how the cycles changed, how the cycles are no longer, you can't really count on them, you can't follow them. They're not precise anymore. What happened last cycle, you can't expect it to happen this cycle. But I do want to look at the last cycle, 2021. When we hit the top of 2021, we hit $69,000. The year after that, we got down to $16,000. So that was about a 76% dip in Bitcoin. So you take a look at the previous cycles that we have been talking about. We say, okay, 2020 was the Bitcoin halving. Typically, the year after the Bitcoin halving, we see the market start to go parabolic. We see the markets, we see altcoin season, we start to see a lot of things explode, a lot of multipliers. So 2020 was the Bitcoin halving. 2021, we saw altcoin season. We saw all-time high of $69,000. And typically the year after that is when we see the bear market. What did we see in 2022? We saw the bear market. We saw Bitcoin get down to $16,000. So let's fast forward. Let's come to the new, most recent Bitcoin halving of 2024. We got the Bitcoin halving of 2024. We were about 60K, something like that. We saw Bitcoin the year after the Bitcoin halving hit its all-time high of $126,000 in October. That's lining up perfectly with what happened the cycle before that. The only difference is altcoins didn't participate. The altcoin season didn't quite align. It was a bear market for altcoins. Even though Bitcoin did do a decent all-time high, it doubled from the previous all-time high of the previous cycle. So you take a look at what's supposed to happen after Bitcoin hit its new all-time high, which is the year of 2026, comparing it to 2022. 2022, Bitcoin got sucked down, went down 76% to $16,000. So if 2025 and 2026 are in any alignment with 2021 and 2022, we could easily be looking at Bitcoin going from $126,000 from 2025 all the way down near the $40,000 range. Nobody want to hear that. Nobody want to talk about that, but that is a real case scenario that can happen. So there's two different things that can happen. We could be at the bottom of the bear market, or we could just be starting, or we could be a continuation of the bear market and looking for a $40,000 range target if we are trying to line things up with 2021 and 2022. So there's so many different things on the table. Yeah, I was dollar cost averaging in this morning, but if that dip, I'm gonna be ready to have some more dry powder on the side and pour into it. 2022, when Bitcoin was $17, $18, $16,000, nobody wanted to buy at those levels. They say, no, I'm gonna wait till it continue to drop. I'm not gonna buy these lows. I'm gonna wait till they get maybe down to $9,000. Maybe they get to $8,000, then I'll start to buy in. Bitcoin started to rebound, went from 16 back to 19, went from 19 back to $22,000. People started looking like, uh-oh, what are we seeing? Is this a recovery? No, this is just a fake pump. It's going to eventually dump. They were waiting and waiting. What did Bitcoin do? It continued to ramp up, because these are the cycle flows. That's how the cycle flow. Will the cycle continue to flow in that manner? Who knows? But it is always good to have that recollection and to have those things identified as far as the possibilities that can occur. Got to be ready. You got to be ready for both scenarios. Not knowing exactly what's going to happen, but do you have a plan for both case scenarios? Tough times that we're in right now. Never fun to be having your portfolio taking L's, having your portfolio drained. Looked at one of my portfolios today. That thing was down. What was I down? One of my accounts was at 12K. Now I looked at it's like $8,000, down 4K. I mean, I got so many portfolios, but each one of my portfolios serves a different purpose. But that's part of the game. When you sign up, when you download that cryptocurrency app, this is what you're signing up for. So let me know what you guys are moving, what you guys are thinking. Let me know if you guys think that the cycle is lining up similar to 2021, 2022. Let me know if you guys think we are at the bottom of the bear market. Hit the comments below. If you think we're at the bottom of the bear market, type bottom of the bear market. If you think this cycle is lined up compared to 2021, 2022, type 2021, 2022 out. Always good to see and get a gauge of the cryptocurrency community. I want to know what you guys are thinking also. So hit the comments below. Share with me what it is that you guys are thinking. Share with me what your plans and strategies are for the rest of 2026. So like I say, this video is not financial advice. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell any crypto. This video is strictly for educational and entertainment purposes only. Before investing into anything, please consult with a professional financial advisor. Come on over there. Join us in the Patreon. We would love to see you over there. We have a great and awesome cryptocurrency community. But like I say, I just continue to come to you guys every day just to continue to give you that good encouragement. Coming to you guys every day to give you that good motivation. And that's all I got for you on this one. It's your boy, Stock Holiday, and I'm out.